Hey everyone, before you spend a penny on either of these, watch this comparison because the real value only becomes clear right at the end. Let's dive right into the pricing comparison, starting with Zona Photo Studio X. If you've been hunting for an all-in-one photo editing and organizing powerhouse without breaking the bank, Zona Photo Studio X often stands out because of its value-focused pricing model. Instead of forcing you into a high-ticket one-time purchase, Zona charges a monthly or an annual subscription that typically lands well below many heavyweights in the market. At the time of this recording, Zona Photo Studio X offers an annual subscription that feels reasonable for what you get. Advanced photo management, raw processing, layers, masks, and Art AI tools, all bundled into one package. Compared to many professional photo editors, this pricing is positioned as highly accessible for hobbyists and professionals alike. Moving over to Adobe Firefly, pricing here plays by a slightly different rulebook. Adobe Firefly is part of Adobe's ever-expanding ecosystem of creative tools, and while you can find some licensing models that are free or freemium for basic use cases, if you want the full commercial usage rights and integration into the Adobe Creative Cloud workflow, the subscription sits at a premium relative to standalone tools. For artists, designers, and creators who rely on multi-app access, the Adobe Creative Cloud bundle can make Firefly a worthwhile investment. But it's important to acknowledge that the price point leans higher than Zona's focused subscription. So if you're purely price comparing standalone costs for image editing plus generative tools, Zona Photo Studio X generally comes in cheaper, while Firefly's cost is contextual, a piece of the larger Adobe ecosystem. Now let's flow into what Zona Photo Studio X actually offers. Imagine a toolkit that handles everything from the moment you import your shots to the minute you export your final masterpiece. Zona gives you a robust photo manager to sort and categorize huge libraries, layer-based editing similar to what you'd expect in more expensive software, quick and advanced retouching brushes, smart AI enhancements, noise reduction, lens correction, and plenty more. It supports non-destructive edits, so you can always go back and tweak without losing your original image. The interface is intuitive, with a focus on streamlining your workflow. You've got a develop module for raw adjustments, a manager for cataloging, an editor for creative enhancements, and outputs that let you batch, export, or share directly online. For many users transitioning from lighter editors, Zona feels like a next-level upgrade without the complexity overload. There are also built-in presets and templates, plus AI-powered features, such as sky replacement and smart selection tools that save time and add creative flair. Of course, no software is without its strengths and weaknesses, and Zona Photo Studio X has its pros and cons. On the pro side, value is a big win. You get a comprehensive editing suite that doesn't drain your wallet. The workflow is smooth, especially for users who need both photo management and editing in a single environment. The AI tools, while not the absolute top tier compared to the most cutting-edge solutions, are solid for everyday photographers and creators. It's stable, regularly updated, and offers a supportive community with helpful tutorials. Zona's performance is generally reliable, even on mid-range machines, and it doesn't require you to be a seasoned expert to produce professional results. On the con side, power users coming from other industry standards might notice some gaps in ultra-advanced retouching tools or plug-in ecosystems that competitors offer. While Zona continues to expand features, some niche professional tools like advanced panorama stitching or deep color grading workflows might feel less polished. Collaboration features for team environments are also not as robust compared to cloud-centric platforms. Another drawback for some is that because it's subscription-based, you don't get a perpetual license. Keep the subscription active to keep access to all features. In summary, Zona Photo Studio X's pricing and feature set make it a compelling choice, especially for enthusiasts and creators looking for a full suite without the enterprise price tag. Now let's switch gears and talk about Adobe Firefly's feature set. Adobe Firefly is Adobe's generative AI engine built to empower creators with cutting-edge image generation, editing enhancements, text-to-image capabilities, style transfer, and design tool integration that plugs directly into the Creative Cloud ecosystem. If you've ever wanted to take a simple prompt and turn it into art, Firefly's text-to-image generation lets you describe a concept and watch it materialize visually, often with stunning creativity. Beyond generation, you also get AI-assisted editing that can refine, retouch, or stylize existing images in ways that would have taken hours manually. Adobe built Firefly with commercial use in mind, embedding licenses and rights that professionals need for client work. That's a huge differentiator if you plan to sell or publish what you create. Integration is another headline feature. Firefly works seamlessly with Photoshop, Illustrator, and other Creative Cloud apps, meaning you can generate an asset in Firefly and instantly refine it in Photoshop with all the classic tools you love. For designers, that workflow fluidity between ideation and execution is incredibly powerful. Beyond images, Firefly extends into video effects, text effects, and generative design elements that open up creative avenues without requiring you to master every technical skill manually. As with any feature set, Firefly's pros and cons are worth examining. On the pro side, the generative capabilities are world-class and continually evolving. The ability to go from idea to visual in seconds is a boon for creatives who need inspiration or rapid prototyping. Commercial use licensing baked into Firefly's models removes a lot of legal guesswork that plagued earlier generative tools. Adobe's ecosystem connectivity is another unmistakable advantage. If you're already in Creative Cloud, Firefly feels like the missing piece that unifies your creative process. When it comes to ratings at Trustpilot, for both pieces of software, official data may vary, and it's important to note that not all software companies publish verified Trustpilot scores. As of today, Zoner Photo Studio X receives generally positive feedback for its value and ease of use, with many users praising its friendly learning curve and comprehensive toolset. Adobe Firefly, being newer in the market and part of a broader suite, sees mixed reviews that often reflect users' experiences with pricing and expectations around generative AI quality. So any Trustpilot or similar review platform should be consulted with the understanding that individual experiences vary and that scores can shift over time. Always check the latest verified reviews for the most current sentiment. Final takeaway. If you're prioritizing cost-effective, full-featured photo editing and organizing, Zoner Photo Studio X delivers excellent value with a capable suite that helps you go from import to export confidently. If you're focused on cutting-edge generative content creation with deep Creative Cloud integration and commercial licensing in mind, Adobe Firefly introduces powerful generative AI that jumps off the screen. Both have distinct strengths, and your choice should match your workflow needs and budget. If you found this comparison helpful, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel for more honest reviews, and click the link below to access the software and start your creative journey today.